The concept of pregnancies and births are pretty interesting topics, especially when you're in on the details of how these things are actually done. While some appear to be like mere biology, others are a little more complicated, like the case of little Cesar, who was born with 3 arms. Also, if you have not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these real-life stories every day. Now back to the story. Cesar was born in Brazil in August 2020 and was more of a surprise not because of the circumstances of his birth, but due to his physical traits which stunned even the doctors during his delivery. For his parents, pregnancies and deliveries had always been the same, having 2 kids already and looking to add little Cecina, as he's called, to the family. His mother, Michelle Aparecida Pereira Fondos, had a regular pregnancy experience and also had proper antenatal care. So to say Cesar's case was on the cards would have been an unusual statement. Fast forward to the day he was born and it was Michelle's husband, Cesar's father, that first noticed something attached to the baby. My husband looked at me and said there's something hanging from the baby. I thought it might have been the umbilical cord, but it was his little arm, Michelle told local media. With the extra arm appearing, the doctors had to take further tests to determine what was going on, and while Cesar's body was fully in order, the 3rd arm was totally immobile. When results would come back, it was discovered that not only did Cesar have an extra arm, but he also had half a heart, which immediately became an issue. From the way the situation was looking, the doctors also came to a conclusion that the best explanation for Cesar's case had to be that he started off as a conjoined twin and eventually fought off the other baby in the womb. Whether this was the case or not has not been confirmed, but doctors at the hospital where Cecina was given birth to strongly believe that was the case. The other arm couldn't have developed if there was no other baby, and to add to that, he had hypoplastic left heart syndrome, which meant the left side of his heart did not develop correctly, and this is most likely due to the fact that it was attached to an organ of the other baby. Further interesting is that before delivery and during all the scans she took while she was pregnant, Michelle didn't see twins, or doctors never confirmed to her that she would be having 2 babies, and she simply knew she'd be having 1. Due to the situation, Cecina had to undergo 5 operations first to correct problems he had with his tongue, heart, and diaphragm. For a little baby, you can expect that these procedures would take a toll on his health, but little Cecina pulled through all successfully. He will definitely have to take more surgeries in the future when he is much older by a few months, as his parents expect to have his extra limb removed surgically. However, before that, Cesar and his parents would have to come into the hospital to have regular checkups to monitor the situation as well as find out if he's doing well. To help in getting little Cecina with some of the basic things he'd truly be needing, an online fundraiser was set up by the convener of the Santos-based Acau de Bem social project, Rodrigo Fernandez, who has been known for providing help for families in need. Little Cecina continues to grow and progress well as his family still hopes that his extra arm is possible to remove surgically. Even though Cesar's case appears to be different, all indications still point to the idea of him being only half of the supposed twin that would have been delivered with him. The concept of conjoined twins, or Siamese twins as they were formerly called, is something that is not entirely new in the world today, and it happens to be one of the most fascinating human malformations in the world, with several twins reported to be joined together from birth. Conjoined twins are simply 2 babies that are physically connected to each other. The case develops when an early embryo only partially separates to form 2 individuals, more like instead of actually splitting completely to result in 2 separate babies as twins. The embryo in this case is partially separated, with still some part attached, hence resulting in 2 fetuses which would be physically connected. Conjoined twins in many cases are usually connected at the chest, abdomen, or pelvis. In times past, conjoined twins were either stillborn or pronounced dead shortly after birth. But with advancements in several areas of medicine, specialized treatment methods and surgeries have made it possible for both babies to be separated and live separately. However, even with this, there are still some conjoined twins that have been physically connected and have spent their lives together. While most medical cases are known to have a cause or the reason why they come to be, the case of conjoined twins is not known to have any confirmed or notable cause to point out. It is unknown whether there are certain activities that result in delivering conjoined twins, or maybe if there is anything couples should be aware of so they can avoid such a case. It is simply a rare case and is not studied broadly. Plus, the science behind it explains quite enough as to why such a case can happen. Usually, when a woman is pregnant with twins, it means that a single fertilized egg has developed, and then the embryonic layer splits completely after just a few days to form two babies, and after a while, organs begin to develop in the babies separately. However, in the case of conjoined babies, the embryonic layer splits much later after about 13 days, and as a result, separation stops before the process is complete and leaves both fetuses as one and further resulting in conjoined twins. Another theory is that it is also possible for two embryos to fuse together during the early stages of development. Conjoined twins are known to get attached at several sites in the body. One of the most common sites is at the chest, which is called thoracopagus, and often has the twins sharing a heart as well as other organs like the liver. In this case, separation is usually hard and there are really no survivors from this kind of conjoining. Another common site is the pelvis, which is called ischiopagus, and in this case, the twins likely share the lower gastrointestinal tract, as well as the liver and the genital and urinary organs. Craniopagus is another type, and it is when the heads are conjoined together. While they may share the same skull, they usually have different brains. This type is usually separable and has even been proven to be possible with some known cases. To add to these three, other possible sites include at the abdomen, base or length of spine, trunk, and head and chest together. Attachment at some of these regions can be a big problem, sometimes with the twins not having legs in some cases or missing out on some vital physical traits. As mentioned earlier, advancements in technology and surgical methods have allowed for the separation of conjoined twins, and of course some of these procedures have yielded positive results. According to the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, since 1995, 123 pairs of conjoined twins have been referred to the Center of Fetal Diagnosis and Treatment, and 40 pairs have undergone prenatal evaluation. Not all conjoined twins are candidates for separation, and the success rates for separating conjoined twins vary depending on the connection. Also, the hospital has handled 28 successful separations in that time. As there is no known cure or specific cause or even a symptom that can be attributed with a conjoined twins case, detecting it early is usually the best, and it can actually help to properly plan birth as well as any complications that may arise from the situation. To add to that, it potentially helps doctors to study the situation and then put in order a procedure for their separation upon birth. Conjoined twins can be diagnosed early during pregnancy through processes like fetal ultrasound, fetal echocardiogram, and ultrafast fetal MRI. Every hospital might have their own respective way of dealing with the case, but these ones mentioned are the best methods and recommended by the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. In rare cases like with Cesar, it is usually hard to figure out what happens. In 2009, an Afghan boy born on September 10 was delivered with his headless twin attached to his chest. The headless twin still had a torso, legs, and hands, but was obviously without a head and attached to a fully developed baby. This is a case closer to what happened with Cesar, except Cesar's case has only the arm of the other baby coming out. That's if the predictions of the doctors are correct. One popular story about conjoined twins who had craniopagus went around in 2016. The babies named Eric and Abby were born together and joined together at the head. The connection particularly extended deep into their brain tissue and that made it difficult to have them separated. However, in 2017, the two babies were separated by a 30-member surgical team at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia in a surgery that lasted 11 hours. Though one of them initially had to be hospitalized, they were both discharged free from the body of the other. Another older case in 2006 was the twins in India who were also attached at the head. Unlike with Eric and Abby, Veena and Vani, which were their names, remained attached even as they grew older. Surgical methods have surely made the case of conjoined twins a treatable one, and even though the chances or possibilities of separation usually depends on the points at which they are attached, the possibility of separation still remains, especially in a case like with little Cecina. If you enjoyed the video, kindly give it a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section, and share with others. Thanks for watching and catch you in the next one.